Welcome friends. A lot of you guys have asked to see our gaming recording studio, and I've put it off as the project was put on hold because of the pandemic. So we decided to do a partial project completion, and we'll do an update video later. So you guys who are interested in working out how much all this cost, wait to the end of the video and I will give you a breakdown, as well as letting you see what the future design will hold. So let's find out what's in there, guys. Welcome to the Slongy and Stu Gaming and Recording Studio. Now we'll go through each of the setups individually, but first a little bit about the room. This room was set up as my PC room. Streaming and stuff weren't a consideration then, so I only have two 10 gigabit per second network ports when really I need 4 or 6, and a few other things are imperfect. So the room itself is 16 feet by 12 feet, and there's lighting issues, wall issues, and we'll discuss what we're going to be doing to fix all that stuff as we move on. Okay guys, this is the Slongy McPongy setup here. So you can see his laptop that he uses for creating Slongy shorts, doing some animation work and such like that. Xbox One X, 8TB Seagate USB hard drive, Riggs 800 LX headset, and Samsung 55-inch QLED TV. And then the coolest thing in Slongy's setup is this chair. So as you guys know, Slongy saved my life a few years ago, and Seagate and Microsoft decided to send him a chair as a reward. So I'm told this chair is the chair that Microsoft make for their pro esports team, and they tell me you can't buy them in shops, and for the stitching to be done and to get the chair, it's about like $1,500, $1,800, something like that. Quite insane gift for two companies that don't owe Slongy anything, and a nice touch by Seagate and Microsoft. So fans, this is the Liam Bryan setup here, and you can see the massive cables and wires on the floor. My old PC gaming chair, number 2 player in the world at Battlefield in that chair. And you see he has got a Logitech C920 or C922 webcam that is mounted on one of our capture card boxes. He has the same Riggs 800 LX headset that me and Slongy use. And you see his stuff is not mounted on the wall. He's also got an Xbox One Series X. His Elgato HD60 is under that desk somewhere. And then you have to have a selection of Xbox controllers depending on your mood, of course. And this setup here is one of the reasons that the gaming recording studio needed to be redone, as the sound bounces off the wall behind Liam and gets picked up by mine and Slongy's microphones. So we're going to be mounting them all three along this wall, but to hide the wires, this wall has to come down. So see this wire management here, guys? You guys can hate me for it, but this was supposed to be just wiring for a few months. And you see this wall here, guys? You can see the tape on the wall, and that is where various bits and pieces of wall features were and where cables were going to go. So I'm sure you guys can appreciate the challenges of that. Okay guys, this is what Stu has to look after. So firstly we'll take a walk over, and this PC case here is the PC case I had before Slongy was born, when helped me, well, the parts inside it did, although there's nothing in it now, helped me get to the world's #2 player in Battlefield. So when I replaced it with this one, I didn't have the heart to get rid of it, and it is a perfect height for beer cans there. Nice distance for Stream Deck, and a nice recognizable place for my BMW's keys so I don't lose them. Okay, you'll notice my chair is way wider and way lower than Slongy and Liam's, and I play games in the lotus position, so I need to have a wider chair. I mean, my butt is wider anyway, but I do need to have a wider chair so I can sit comfortably whilst I play. Lotus position whilst you're playing isn't comfortable for most folks, guys, so you know, you guys can work it if you want to try it. We have a Blue Yeti microphone. We have our Sony a6300. That's our grown-up camera that we do our intro work, and we're currently using it as a webcam to test out a $15 USB capture card, which you can see at the end of the blue cable there. Worked great so far. And then pretty much the same setup. Xbox One X, Riggs 800LX headset, 8TB Seagate drive, Samsung 4K QLED TV. You guys can see some of our studio lighting there that I had pointed to the ceiling, and a picture of Stu and Mrs. Stu. And then behind me are our green screens. And you can see we also have an extra blue snowball microphone, so depending on the games that you're playing, or if you've got friends come over, it's good to have an extra microphone. Another studio light, and then just for Logan, this is the corner of my PC graveyard. Imagine what the rest of it looks like. Okay guys, we'll get to the PC parts next. Probably the most boring part of any PC setup to me is the keyboard, which is a Logitech G510, and the mouse, which is Logitech Trackball. And guys, trust me, your thumb is way more sensitive than your wrist. Switch to using a trackball. We also have an Elgato Stream Deck, and then this, my friends, is what does all of our processing and such. And some of the parts I bought when there was nothing in stock, or the things I wanted weren't in stock, which I wouldn't normally do, but my previous one had a power supply go bad and it ruined everything, so I needed to get all the parts together and as soon as possible. So we'll start off with the monitor. It's a monoprice 4K 60Hz monitor. That's what you use to do our editing and our streams and stuff, so we can, that's why I can't quite read stream chat sometimes because I sit a little bit far away from it. That's something will be fixed in the new design. You see here we have a Netgear gigabit switch, another thing that was had to run to Walmart because my previous one broke and they had one in stock. And then we have two 10 gigabits per second connections to our main network. All my rooms in this house have at least one connection like that. And when this room was first getting put together, I had no plans for all these devices needed for streaming. So the processor is an i7 9700K by Intel. We have 64 gigs of RAM. We have a Gigabyte Aorus gaming something motherboard. We water cool the CPU. And then we have the MSI 2070 Super, and then we have two AverMedia 4K gamer cards, so one's for Slongy, one's for me, and then Liam currently uses a Elgato HD60 USB capture card. We have an EVGA 850 power supply, which is plenty for all the parts we're currently running. And then on this side, you'll see some of the hard drives we've got. So we have one RAID 0 array that is made up for up to 512 crucial SSDs. We have two 1 TB Samsung 970, I think they are, maybe 870. They're in RAID 0 array, and then we have two M2 NVMe drives, one very fast Samsung that is 512, that's where we write our 4K stuff to, and then a slightly slower but still very fast Intel 1 TB drive. And we will also have 4 TB of Seagate rotational hard drive, and then these are connected to our network attached storage, where we have another 24 TB of storage. You guys can see the cabling here is quite the mess, and all that cabling will be going behind the walls when we finish up our project. So speaking of which, you guys can see how we are set up currently with two TVs and a monitor on one wall, and that will be moving to where our green screen setup is currently. Liam's will go in one corner, as long as you go in one corner. Mine and the monitors for our PC will go in a different, in the center. And then this wall will all become a green screen, probably painted rather than fabric. Oh guys, now I remember these green screen things. A little bit of PVC pipe, some fabric from Walmart. I think it cost me maybe $30 to make those. So not everything here is expensive. So if you guys want to know more about making yourself some green screens, please let me know. And I think that is it for the tour currently. You guys remember to ask any questions, leave any comments, share it with your friends. If you think we could do anything better, please let me know. I won't be upset. Okay, friends, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell. Take care, everyone.